Alright, I'm a little unsure as to where I was. It's getting kind of late, so it might be time to end the day. I'll have a look through things. Oh yes, we can talk to Measurehead. That's where we're at.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Shut up, really.
I think this racist is bad.
That will be the... That is understandable. The previous racist was...
These cops are just jealous, Jean-Luc.
So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior. Then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Uh-huh. Colin, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Well, let's agree.
Fine. Goodbye. Return to your degeneracy.
Yes?
Do we want to do this? Oh! He's gone. Oh, they've all gone home. Let's do it.
Your race descent has only worse, babe. See that they stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Why are you with Measurehead? Yeah, with a Laurel. Apparently so. We're just trying to keep things from going to shit. Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
She twirls her hair.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it. Don't worry. Physical stuff like this is really easy for Measurehead. Mental stuff too. He's really spiritual, you know.
he looks around.
It's late outside, isn't it? You guys must really like doing what you do to be out so late.
She returns to behold the behemoth appearing round the corner, approaching the gates. Welcome back. Good program.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
There's been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order. Thank you for your cooperation.
And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
No. A complex series of other things which ended up with us becoming a member of the Union, or at least so on. So the boss has told him to go and do this. There's a box over there that I want to get to, and I can't. I was hoping that while he was gone. There's going to be room to come back and play this with a more physical character, I think. Let's see what mess he's made of this. I've saved it just in case I really don't like the result. Yeah, Kuno's not happy. Let's see if Kuno's alright.
You missed a good show before. A cube came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Total retard, she's like, things like that. Congratulations, Kuno, you just made yourself a retard. I think that's probably where we want to go with this. That sounds like what Kuno would say.
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot, he's got you in a chokehold!
Kuno's not fucking choking.
Choked you out there. Serves you right for using reactionary shit. Alright, simmer down. I think we all learned our lesson.
Like fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying kipped forever now. Kipped.
And he gets 2 kips out before he coughs.
Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit.
Oh, now you want a normal conversation, huh? No! But I know where they are. That costs money. I haven't really needed one. Maybe I do need one. Who knows? Okay, where do I put my dice? I might get a dice cam. Get a little cam. Okay, so oh no. Oh, now you want a normal conversation?
Yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please.
Oh, I was hoping I'd get a bonus to that. It'll take some time before I can get that one. So things you missed. We we're trying to shoot the corpse down, so I ended up taking 2 points in hand-eye coordination.
The fuck do you want with it? Good
Nothing.
call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. The fuck about it? You're testing Kuno.
Get lost!
Yeah. Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't.
Have a look at the body.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Beautiful. Wipe a tear from your eye. Well, it's down. Celebrate in a more reserved manner. Oh, it's down.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Field autopsy. Okay, here we go.
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Yes, I can. So, I'm just thinking of the best way to phrase this so it's not gives too much away. You have to get past either Measurehead. You have to get past Measurehead, find another way around, and I would suggest that you look in this area for anything that might gain you entrance. And there's a few challenges there. And those are the 2 ways I'm aware of. So it's either through Measurehead. Yeah. So once you have got to the through, have you gone through the shack to the other side? Yeah. So you need to complete that jump, and you can move on from there. It's tricky, but you can get there. Right. Don't we have somebody else for this? Someone else for this? A doctor? Don't we have someone else to cut this shit open? Got it. Nice roll. Don't we have... Oh, got it.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Right. So... Okay. So just before we go anywhere with this, just be aware of this. The body has to be down, the autopsy has to be finished, Kim has to be absent, he wouldn't approve. It's the end of the day, so they'll be going to bed, and instead of us going to bed, we can come down here and do the boots bit, but we need to not compromise that first. So I'm going to... It's been saved, so I'm going to try... Let's leave this for now. We'll auto-save here, because there's... I want to try and get those boots.
The rotting man lies on him. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
So, I'm going to go with first what is exactly a field autopsy.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Why don't you know? What use are you? Do you have another pair of gloves? None of those are particularly relevant. Why don't you... Oh, I'm referring to myself. Why don't you know? What use are you?
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Who's the Copperpedia? I think I need to talk to him.
You, sir. You are the Copperpedia.
Okay. Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, I'll take it like a man. I have gardening gloves. Maybe they are enough.
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things, while you will take notes.
Just fill this in. Show him your red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
Yeah, we got this. We're smart.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about this. So if we just leave a second, you can make a point here. So let's add. Got Faln Ultra Series gloves. Got the gardening gloves. And we have the fingerless gloves, which are extra things. So let's wear those. Let's add those for visual calculus. So we're thinking about things that improve our perception. Like, we're handling the corpse, so a bit of extra half-light actually seems like a good idea. Composure is good. We can put our bum hat on. Conceptualization is probably good. That's a good spread of bonuses we have there. Bit of a hint, wearing the fingerless gloves and some other sort of slightly daggy, shabby clothing seems to give you a bonus for looking like a rummager. So you look like you're the sort of person who picks through all of the stuff in a shop to find precisely the right thing, and that gets you a bonus. So once again, we're going to save. I feel that this is a place that there can be failures.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Thank you. I'm going to go and pick up map, I think, after this, because we've paid for tonight already. Right. Let's try tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, loony Rooney.
Nothing new.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
That comes later. I won't spoil it for you, but it's got something to do with the Union boss. Open your ledger at the field autopsy for.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
1. Assistant. Let's do this form precisely.
That's you.
Write the initials, HDB. Right, Harry Dubois. Leave it empty. What are we going to go with? Are we an HDB? Or a Harry Dubois? Or do we just not feel sure yet?
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived at the scene before you. Write it down.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out with the time of day, anyone? 11:11. It's meaningful. 10:15. It's understated.
HDB 41 083 111. HDB 41 0803 1015. No time of arrival. I have no idea. So 50-50, so let's roll the dice. And we're going with meaningful rather than understated.
Good. Let's go with that.
Kim's happy.
The lieutenant is quite surprised you managed to come up with an adequate case number.
3. Name.
NA. Next.
4. Date of birth.
NA.
5. Age.
Roughly 50.
Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write 42. Or write 50-ish. Meaning of life.
He nods.
Race.
Mondial. Subgroup Occidental. As per your observation.
Write it
The
down.
pudgy mess looks neither mondial nor occidental. It doesn't even look human. The next line says, as you read it, you think, that leaves out dark-haired Mesk, Sal, Sarah Mauritian, Kedratic. Lighter-skinned occidental means this man could be Vespertine, Martinaise, Messinian. Those three are on the table.
Right.
A solid guess, Mr. Racial Profiler.
Oh ho. That's a bit cruel.
Also of note, your unconscious racial profiling machine ruled out Messinian before. Despite all the copperoonies and Kobos, that leads Vespertine or Oranese. Continue.
Wow. Okay. Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims energetically. She's quite scary.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky. Right, male. Right, pig's gonna have sex. Yeah, let's just go with that.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
HDB 41 0803.1111 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Right, grab my tea. Is treatment anyway. I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? Agreed, no treatment. I'm not so sure. Let's ask.
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Matt Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Interesting.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
So, let's do this in order. External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body on its side to check the underwear label.
See?
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic body. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I going to get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Because it's a task. And it seems important to you for some reason. So what do you think? If we write them down, it's probably not a good idea to take the boots. If we omit the boots, we're probably committing at least a procedural error, if not a crime. Choose. I thought you'd say that. I think we will put this to the roll of the dice. Oh, I would drop that one, wouldn't I? Where'd it go? Omit the boots.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. Write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness. Just like the drugs and alcohol task. So you think it's a sort of compulsive thing and not necessarily a good outcome. Or a moral choice is on the description.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Stroke his hair. Stroke his hair gently. Or don't. Okay, let's go with that.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head.
That's interesting. Hair shouldn't come out like that. Keep petting him. Which is a weird way of putting it. Or write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness.
Lividity is consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
Easy now, Kuno.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Write down by men for high velocity.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on his belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. Pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
Still wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters. Good thing we've got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber grip cutters. Gonna go with 2, I think.
Always good to think ahead. Now...
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck. Uh-huh.
We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for... yes, I'm Kuno's pig. I agree. I'm not your pig, Kuno. Look for a good spot to cut. I think I'm definitely wanting to look for 3. Do we talk to Kuno? I'm not your pig, Kuno.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
He says with calm certainty. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Stupid argument with Kuno. Oh, that did not go well. Okay, this is a red check and cannot be retried. Physical instrument, so we can use some booze and we can also do that to boost it up to 4. So I think we should do those things. So okay, and let's do a stats munge. Need physique up by 1. Alright, it's probably still not going to go well.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then
We fucked this up. Take some more. Enough. Cut some. Fuck a day, fuck. Messed it up.
the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Okay, do we rotate some more or cut some? I don't know. We fucked up, let's not make it any worse.
Yeah, fuck him! Fuck that baggery! Corpse fucking time!
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Let him work. No, give them back. He steps in and takes the chain cutters from you. Let him work or argue. Let's let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision.
I think it's probably best to trust him with this.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
Hands you the chain cutters back and then kneels close to the body, running his finger across the dark red groove till he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
They did a drop. We thought they choked him to death.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants, and I'm going to guess our audience is going to contribute something here.
No! Let's get up and see!
knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
I would love to, but given the way that this game plays, like, if that were the option, I suspect that would go very, very badly for you. Like, these guys thrive on poor reactions and attitudes. Yeah.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspect the genitals or write it down and move on. Inspect the genitals. Okay.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Ew. Write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Their scarring is extensive, way more than our law officials. In fact, I'm just going to go with that.
Mm-hmm. We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item. Hands.
Takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, and then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand or let the lieutenant work alone.
His flesh is cold, icy.
I was hoping for, actually, inland, like, contact with things and people tends to trigger.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from? And what's your name?
My name is. I'm from. What the? We've already talked to this guy. While he's dead, that is. And he sounds very much like your lizard brain. My name is.
I'm only fucking with you.
Oh,
I
that's
know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Kobo. What can I do for you, Il Kobo di Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? Nothing. I got nothing. Okay.
I did, Kobo, I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this. I mean...
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination summary. Okay, internal examination. That's going to be unpleasant.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I add the moral of the story... Nope. Right, NA.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Lieutenant grins. Oh, right, NA.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact.
Yep.
Unremarkable.
Little bit of trivia. My mum is a GP, doctor, and so on, and she had some pretty interesting stories from, like, being a student doctor, and as well as being a doctor in Yemen. But she's also she got a lot of medical literature, including magazines and so on. They didn't really put the conceal the front page photographs and so on, so I got to see some pretty grotesque stuff when I was quite young, but just by going to see the mail, pick up the mail from the door. I'll write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions.
Oof.
The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside the dead man's mouth. Let's just do that.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
I think we're committed. Let's look deeper
It's
inside.
hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
That's a new voice.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it.
That's it.
Right,
Same
NA.
for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both.
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
Would obscure tidbits or trivia fit the fields? Completionist in me wonders if there's something we can still do. Right, NA. Okay.
No.
Completion makes me wonder if there's something we can still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Right, and add toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sign of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, full of feces there.
This will do.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down. Omit the voila. Write it down. Keep the voila. Don't think it makes much difference, but okay, let's roll. Write it down and keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries summary. Let's do it.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay. What about the injuries we have inflicted? What's the 4th injury field for? So, shall we ask 1 or 5? Let's ask 1.
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from
Yeah.
a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung, and an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention those. Better not to muddy the waters.
I agree, the waters are muddy enough. Isn't that sloppy? Keep it minimal. So, back to the injuries. Isn't that sloppy?
Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Fair enough. Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal. Post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal. Post-mortem.
Right. Next,
Ligature mark. Finish the autopsy.
a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Opinion. Fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I would not hold my breath. Then, given the state of decay here, I consider establishing the victim's ethnicity a minor success.
What
We were
else?
thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, at the slip of red paper in his hands, then at the corpse
He's
again.
thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Ooh. Let's leave that for the moment. And let's see what we can do. Oh, wow, look at this. So, first of all, we can boost our perception quite a bit, I think. Let's also look at what we can do here. Is there anything we can do for perception? No, but we can boost perception quite a bit. So, have a look at that, and I think at least one point it goes into perception, possibly two. But what else might we want? List of tasks to be done. I think you can get this on the stream, can't you? Ah, you can only get the... But not the challenge, not the checks. Oh, you've been keep journaling. No, not the checks. So here are sleeping dockworker and a mirror at the top. That's the rest of them. So those are the things I'm thinking of. But you can get the stats I've got at the moment. I'm going to put a cup of tea on. Have a think about what we might increase. I think perception is definitely one. Especially since we got a lot of motorics checks. And the motorics are one of our lower stats. I was thinking those. I think I'm more interested in Kuno than Titus right now. We've got 3. I'm wanting to let's think about it. We want to We want to succeed the corpse check. Which will require some more perception. Ooh, hang on. Just had a thought. It's getting quite late, but they might still be there because commerce never sleeps. Nah, he's gone. He might have some kit. We could leave the body till tomorrow to have Kim take it away. But now's the good opportunity because that way.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
So white check, it can be retried. So what we could do is we can give it a go and then boost the stats. So we'll get a retry. So if we do a check now with increased perception, increased motorics. And then pump up our. Because we can incrementally pump up our perception. At least I think that's how it's going to work.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. His fingernails have turned dark.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Yeah, I feel there's something we're not seeing. I've got a gut feeling there's more to this corpse. Yeah, there's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body?
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Why? Yes, there was. So that's what the ice bear-shaped refrigerator is for. Now, this is a turn-up for the books. I hadn't expected a failed check to do this.
Now, detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Physical instrument is one of the checks we need to be done. We haven't been down here in absolutely ages. The door I just went through. When you go out of it from inside here.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
I bet you that is not going to be as simple as we expected.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. A giant electric mammal awakens. The dead body is going to be...
Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying for the electricity sucked up by this monstrosity a little longer. Let's return to...
The bear bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
The fridge is plugged in now. Will you help me with the body, Kim?
Of course. I'll take the head, you take the feet. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but we'll manage.
Okay, let's do this. Clap your hands.
The body is heavier than you expected, and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement, then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Really? You think it's good work? I'm not sure I believe you. Behold, we have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Talk of the ice bear sarcophagus must not leave this room.
I think this is a glorious achievement and people need to hear it. We did our best with the means at our disposal. Yeah, I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge. This isn't police work, Kim. It's art. We're artists, and this was our vision. Vote on that while I get my tea. Hey! Oh, hard choice. This isn't police work, Kim. It's art. We're artists, and this was our vision.
If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision. I would be much, much more conservative in my work.
Welcome, Ozzy.
He's right. His work would be much more formal.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Right, we've now got perception 7 because we refrigerated the body. Let us meditate. I need increased motorics, please. Oh, we got an ace in the hall as well. Okay.
Your arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh. First with your fingertips, it's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this? One of the things is I'm so focused on the text.
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
That I actually miss a lot of the animations. Crawl up his nostrils. Put your fingers in his mouth. Squeeze his nose. I don't like any of these options, but I think we're just going to work through them. So let's go from the top.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push your fingers in his
Only
nose.
the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider.
Put your fingers in his mouth. Ooh.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth,
Inland
rolling around like a scallop.
The Inland Empire told us to look into his mouth closer.
You're on the right track.
Hello, Inland Empire. Play with it. This feels right.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, fragile, through the latex. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth.
In the back of the mouth?
Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
Open
A
your eyes
vision
and look.
of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar? Fuck yeah. Touch it with your gently. I'm going to go with abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
The lieutenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Of course it is. Touch it with your finger. Gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Oof, put your finger
Your
in.
index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Ew. Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called.
Are we feeling around or pushing deeper? Feel around.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex.
Ooh.
This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Push deeper.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
I watched a chunk of that today, Ozzy. It looked rather cool. I missed various bits. I was wondering. At one point, there's a purple tentacle with green suckers in it, which is a very familiar thing. Is it the game? One of the ones written by the original Day of the Tentacle people. There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Okay. Wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger.
This is quite the adventure, isn't it?
Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
He searches his pockets for something and inspects the skull
There's
first.
a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Yep. Hi, and let's not leave this at all to chance. I'm glad I'm wearing my gardening gloves. But let us meditate before we fish this out. Once again, a Motrix bonus. Let's do it. Thank God.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger.
Ah!
It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Whisper, I got it. Slowly pull your fingers out. What shall we do? Slowly pull your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
Lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it. Drop it in.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-calibre. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Can I have it? Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift. I think either of those responses are correct. Was it just a witty thing to say?
No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
Lieutenant drops back in your hand. It feels light.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate. Back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like heaven. Sounds about right. Say nothing, just nod. Sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right! Agreed. Wasn't that what we thought the last time? He wasn't hung. Goddamn right it is.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Treatment. Ligament mark, the fractured hydroid bone. It was all treatment. Ooh. I like the second one, actually.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead dabba. Hang on, I'll try this again. Dead dabba doop doop. Dead dabba doop doop. You think so? Agreed. Aren't we jumping to conclusions? Two ways of saying the same thing, really. Okay, go with you think so.
I did not just come up with this. I've had my doubts since you showed me the tracks, officer. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him? There is no satisfactory explanation.
I agree.
There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
Almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Maybe they just shot him while they hanged him. Who would do this? Why would anyone do this? I think I need to wash myself. Okay, we probably can just go through all of these, so I will. Maybe they just shot him while they hanged him.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it does not explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. And this just smacks of treatment to me.
I don't get the impression that Kim is intellectually sloppy at all. Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would anyone do this?
To hide something. The real killer.
Oh, this has turned into a proper mystery.
What really happened here?
Ozzy, I think you'd play a very good Kim in a live action roleplay or some or tabletop roleplay of this, or a Kim type character. I think I need to wash myself. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. I need to wash myself. I think that's been true for quite a while.
Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom.
Oh,
to make use
poor
of it
guy.
in the evening.
Yeah, there's sort of intellectual rigor to him and a matter of factness about weird stuff and just sort of dealing with it that reminds me a bit of, like, well, you and some of the characters you've played. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Oh, you can still succeed that check outside, but the problem is that my motorics and perception are really low. So we needed a bonus to level that. Also, we made some preconceptions, which gave us a negative roll. Yes, it does. It gives you a +2 bonus on this. Now, I wanted to complete this check because I've decided I want the guy's boots. I've decided to go with one of my madder impulses. So when he goes off to bed, I'm going to try and get the boots off the guy. Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Right, and at this juncture, I am going to take a slightly longer than getting a cup of tea break to just do bio stuff and so on. So I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. Be right back. kind of back, just waiting for my tea to brew. Yeah, so not having the fridge option, I think I got into this bit slightly. I think it may not be a bit you get into often, especially on the first playthrough. You need quite a high, you need a pretty specific set of stats, and streaming with the meditation helps with challenges that you might not otherwise get. So what happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Oh, thank
After
you,
you
Kim.
bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, loony Rooney.
How do you like it in the fridge? So we've got an ongoing conversation with the corpse. How do you like it in the fridge?
I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius, a regular Copperlangelo.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo Milobo, in the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways, ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away.
Right, that's enough for now.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Right. I do not want Kim to take him away tonight, because I want Kim... when Kim goes to bed, I'm going to come and take his boots. And then we will get Kim to take him away at the end of tomorrow. Sound like a plan? I shall mull this to get my tea. Right. We're not going to send him off now, even though... Let's have a look. Yeah, if we send him off late tomorrow night, that's probably the best idea. At least that's what I'm going to go with. Let's see if we can do anything about this.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream chiller and an electric freezer. The ice around it, slow.
So it's probably time to end the day. Right, we have various things we can do. Right, we've finessed our way through that. So what were you thinking? Physical instrument. Ah, we were already maxed out on that. Empathy. Yes, empathy. I'm tempted to put a couple of points in that. And then keep one over for thoughts. We're quite close to getting 4 though. Composure is another one that I need. So let's take one in empathy. So empathy. Cool, for judges of character, interviewers and interrogators. Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss. Perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. Composure. Cool 4. Card players, military fascists, cool people. Composure wants you not to crack, or at least it wants you not to crack in front of other people. It enables you to put up a strong front. It keeps your emotions hidden from the world and helps you to read the body language of others, to sense the cracks in their own composure. As well, it keeps you looking good while you do it. You'll rock that disco outfit a lot more if you don't slouch. A high level's composure makes you tuck your gut in and maintain a stern expression. Even lying in bed late at night when no one else can see you, you'll have to keep it up. You'll never be able to stop. With low composure though, you'll always be the first to crack. Every cop's got a point where all that fear and rage comes spilling out, and the ones who unleash it don't stay on the force much longer. Perhaps worse still, you won't even make the ranks of fashion police. Let's take a point in that. And I'll hold on to one. One of the things we'll be scoring low in is volition. That's a thought for later. Right, it's probably time to end the day. Oh, wrong door. Actually, before we go, there's one more thing we can have a look at.
Yes?
That's annoying. Come on. There we go.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his thing.
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Interesting. How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Act on it and try and separate them.
Fuck you whispering about?
Whispers back.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you f***ing whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Ooh, could do with some help here. What's up with her? She's terrifying, crazy scary. Kuno, listen to me. She's trying to control you. Gotta get you out of here. You am I glad she's out of our hair. She's fucked up. What will appeal to Kuno best? Looks like I'm on my own. What's up with her? She's terrifying, crazy scary.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane, dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in, probably even pigs.
Okay.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
Fucking hell.
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
Hunches down
You
again.
did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
What do you mean she smoked someone? What do you mean she smoked someone?
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
He stares at you intently.
His little green eyes are fixed on yours. He's meant everything he said before, but right now, He not only means it, he is sincere.
Really? Isn't she too small to overpower someone? You serious about this killing business? What if she has Kuno? That would explain things. You serious about this, Keenan?
Killing is serious shit. Kuno's always serious about the 488.
488?
488. The criminal code doesn't go higher than 190.
She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
Well, she hasn't killed police officers. Okay, how many cops has she killed then?
Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
Feels eyes on the back of his head. Stops.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
Kuno, do you think it's possible she's killed other children?
Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah.
You think she has anything to do with a dead man?
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno.
Where were
Look,
you?
Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
You said she's insane.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho, cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Whoa. What's the real deal? Let's leave it at that. What's the real deal?
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
What's that language he uses? Abakemipi Bigari.
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit.
What people?
Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Sounds boreal, like something from the tundra and tiger-covered Cutler, Isola. Far, far away from here. As far as possible, really.
They have red-haired people there?
You mean evil little red-haired people like her? Yes, they do. The Suruese have that ginger gene.
Kuno, could she be Suruese?
Suruese? Like that man from Helmdall shit? She could be. She could be that Helmdall shit.
Revelshot does have a small Suruese community. Or she climbed into a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally.
Is she your sister?
Fuck no, she's not me sister. She's just a stray who got in. Like a mad dog or some shit.
Stray?
Yeah, she was just there.
Once at the apartment building behind the fence.
What was that, Kuno?
The little one twists her neck looking at the building.
She was in the hallway. Dripping wet. By the fucking shoe rack. In the dark.
Kuno flinches and lowers his voice even more.
A shoe cupboard just off to the right. Have you been to this place?
That hallway there with the janitor's closet point. Why was she dripping wet? Let's ask that first.
Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
You said she got in. How?
I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under the pile of clothes, like a dog.
What about your parents?
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
How are you dealing with all of this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
You need backup? I'm here for you.
Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C. You fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
The boy looks you in the eye. Black pupils trying to focus. Understood, Kuno. I can respect that. Understood, Kuno. Understood, Kuno. Joe, respect him.
Alright. Now we can do business.
Business?
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
He starts, no longer whispering.
Don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker. See, it's tension and release with Kuno. Now we releasing. The pan buying shit, that's on now too. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno can flex. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno sees you're in need.
He spreads his hands like a baker presenting the goods. A smile spreads across his flushed face. Right. So the found modular track pants. What was that about running in around in illegal narcotics, Kuno?
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on.
His eyes bulge, their veins reach out like tree branches.
Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it.
This is very interesting, but I'll have to get back to you.
Don't take for fucking ever. Kuno's got wheels turning everywhere.
That might be a lot to take on right now. I can buy the pants. They are useful. Let's buy the pants.
Here, pig. We've fallen now. Performance buddies.
Kuno unzips his jacket again and pulls the pants out of the plastic wrapping.
Kuno can already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig's in Kuno's debt now. Money debt.
Money debt doesn't mean anything. He's just saying words. You're not in his debt.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking...
Let's have a look. So that gives us those and these. We can get quite a boost to physical instrument now. Entry-level Falm modular track pants meant to get the urban athlete started down the Falm path. Labels say hydrophobic 100% Symantec and Falm Mirova Lab. Creating an air of pseudo-scientific mystery around these pants, they feel rubbery and futuristic to the touch. Nice. Don't need those anymore. We'll take the thing that boosts the thing that we've got, we need. Cool. Maybe a good point to end the day. This guy just doesn't go away, does he?
Can I help you?
She's upstairs, like smoking a cigarette.
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives. He doesn't like where this is going.
Yes?
So you can't start the day, or start the debrief like that. Or does it do a debrief every day? Oh, we are flush with points. No debrief. I should have sent a poet. Right, let's see. Let's get ourselves cleaned up.
This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you.
I want to live forever with the corpse smell. Memento mori. Right, shall we have a bath? I think we're going to have a bath.
The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons.
Undress, close your eyes,
The
and
water
submerge.
is only lukewarm, but still comforting. Like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks, like sad duckies. You feel nice and lonely, and so tired.
Take the beer cans out.
Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub.
Linger in the tub a little. Imagine something.
You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature.
Linger in the tub a little.
Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the water cools. What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. Time to get moving.
Cheers, physical instrument. You're entirely wrong.
The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin.
Right. Now, we may be able to do the mirror here. Let's do the check. formidable. Encyclopedia. Do any of these help? My encyclopedia is quite high.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Oh, that's a thing we can do.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
That's something we probably should do anyway, since we've got some.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay. Start with encyclopedia. Let's try them one at a time.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million.
Guillaume le Million.
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
So I adopted it. Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
I feel I need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
Fabulous name for a song.
Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
How long ago was the new?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and The expression. Looking good on you. Or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Anything else? Like who I am? Why did I become a jock? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
I guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Use your chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop the steam from clogging up the mirror. Let the mirror be for now. Yeah, we've got all the electrochemistry we can have. So let's get some more boosts before we can try that.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Interfacing.
In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
We're holding one off for now, but interfacing at least we can't. That we might max up at some other point. But it'll be hard to add points to it. So interfacing we can still increase, so we can give this a go.
The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place.
Christ, didn't expect that.
You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Still low. Yeah, I think we're going to have to come back to that when we've bumped our electrochemistry somehow, because the actual stats gain, we're at max. Can't add more. Various things seem to unlock progression in stats and give you more ability to increase them. But whatever that is, we haven't found it yet. So we're washed. We've had a pretty solid day. Bit disappointed you don't have a debrief with Kim at the end of every day. Oh, we've got a new thought. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Million? With his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation, while you suffered and suffered. Did he dematerialise in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the cylindering new lines of some starlit Wadin Nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Roshaw West. Are you him? So, do we want to stick a point into that and internalise that thought? I think we might. That's what we're holding them for. And with that, go to bed. Actually, before we go to bed, let's do a save. Because Sleep
The
is a
bed
dangerous
still
place to be.
cold from the broken window, and not too inviting, but it's yours. You've earned it. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
What is going to happen
Here we
now?
are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
Oh dear. Tell us about the pain.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Oof.
Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
I'm sorry, cells. It's all me. It's my fault. It's all the system's fault. The system failed me. This body is worthless anyway. No one does anything nice to it.
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you.
These are my just desserts. I will endure this pain with dignity. Hey, what is this? I wasn't expressed to Zero Home. I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention. So that harks back to the first scene, so I'm going to go with that.
Now you've gone off the rails, baby. Now you're stuck sitting here by the tracks, admiring the wreck around you. You just can't help it, looking at yourself. The sum total of your accomplishments. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Just get me out of here then, back to the other place. I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them. Human beings will always betray you. I will. Alright, I look at people all the time. I like them.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Put on your prettiest face for the masses.
That was reasonably more positive than the previous night. Now you are ready. We've got some checks we can try and make today, and today is Wednesday. So we have some stuff. So tonight, smoking on the balcony, the lock should be open, and we call Alice back. What's this?
Yes?
In an RCM patrol officer's uniform, winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Hold on, you're a patrol officer of the RCM.
Yes, I am.
I am a cop too.
I know.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere, but if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people. It's cool to see another cop. I thought Kim and I were the only ones. God, I don't know why. I'm just trying to do my best. Let's just do this by the book, okay? Why? I bring word of the end to come. Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
She shakes her head and breathes out.
Something changes in her. It's pity. Pity comes over her.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
So, what precinct you from?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Sunglass-wearing man pushes through his teeth.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Okay, goodbye.
You look like shit.
Your ruffled face reflects in the man's
And I
sunglasses.
don't mean that as a metaphor.
The last couple of days have been rough.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Could just ask Kim. Let's go with this spectacles. Hope for a good roll.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
From where? Another life?
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
41st, 7th, 69, 999th. Never mind, this is stupid. We're in the 41st, aren't we? I can't remember anything. I can't actually remember which precinct we're from. Fine. I think it's the 57th.
I think even in this fictional reality, the 57th would still be my station.
Lieutenant makes a little nod towards the man with sunglasses.
My condolences.
Man with sunglasses replies dryly.
Go ahead. Have another guess.
41st.
Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere.
Gives you a long, meaningful look and adds...
Somewhere good.
Let's talk about more about that hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned. Cool shades. Are you wearing a disguise? Kim, who is this guy? Cool shades. Are you wearing a disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
He looks at you inquisitively.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening, though. Who is this guy?
Let's talk more about that hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned. Something broke there. Oh, the hypothetical 41. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. Blinks aggressively. I'm not busy. You're not busy. Let's just play around. Who else is in our imaginary police station?
You're not going to believe this, but... police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you.
The far-out son of Lung.
So, what would our relationship be in this alternate universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
Like partners in crime, or... You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner. You seem like a bit of a drag. No offense, but I could do better. Kim's cooler than you. Any votes? Guess not. Like, no, it's just fool around.
No, because in this thought experiment, we are police officers. In a police station. We don't do crimes, we're not crime bros.
Come on, stop it.
You have a silent crime to solve? And again, it's gone wrong. Oh, no, no, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes, and let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Who is the far-out son of Lung? Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. He winks at you sarcastically. I mean, with your unorthodox police work, it has to be you. Want to tell me more about him? Or her?
Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lung.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by this sunglassed man. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
I can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
His grey eyes suddenly flash above the glass frames. They feel sad.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Yep. Got some questions for you. I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
A prophet? A revolutionary? Like a sack of shit? Like Guillaume Le Million? I don't know, you tell me. Like a man down on his luck? I'm trying real hard here, man. Go with that.
Ah. Well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
Now will you answer some questions for me?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things? Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation. It turns out he was shot and hanged.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting?
Basically, yes.
Okay, well...
He corrects his blonde wig. His hair. He corrects his hair. Hey, why am I telling you this?
I don't know. Why are you?
He gives you an odd look.
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom even? Strange.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Let's talk to about the hanged man again.
Okay, why not? Let's
Okay.
do the whole thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, why am I even telling you this?
I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more.
Okay,
want
see you
something
around
more?
then.
What is it? Watch out for yourself.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Wait, your voice. I
Oh,
recognise it.
really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently. When I called in reporting it missing, you were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
I have a bit of point to your head. Memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I know, super weird.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
I was thinking the same thing. I think I should just ask him if it was from the same station.
Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Okay.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
He shakes his head, looking like he really has trouble believing this shit. Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station?
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay, yeah, probably not. I don't remember you from anywhere.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
Okay, see you around.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
That's all for now, man.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Not yet.
And why are you wasting my...
I got a...
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinaise, you are not.
You see a heavy steel door. The door does not. The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod.
Okay. Let's call in about...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
You know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
First, has the firm continued to work for pharmaceuticals companies through all these names changes?
Hard to say. The client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries.
A suit of armour like this would have been customised to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person. There must be a record of the person to who it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case. Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armour this was.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then. Not yet, but I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. They promised to get back to me by tomorrow morning. Do you have any other questions?
Nope. Unless this is Firewalker, reconnect me to the 41st.
Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. Firewalker. 10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give a negative to request for personal information. Over.
You mean you can't tell me anything about me? But I'm me.
10-4. Orders are still orders. Anything else? Over.
Transmission completed.
Roger that. 10-10.
Well, that was good. Nice start to the day. Let's have a quick look. That's the end of the day. And close the autolock today. I suspect that is a good place to leave it at this point. Have a sleep on things. Come back with a fresh eye and some new thoughts. So, thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.